Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. And if you're not having a good one, well, first of all, sorry to hear that, but hopefully you might have a good one after you've seen today's video, because it's amazing. I mean, I don't know if the video is going to be amazing, but the battle certainly was, but I'll do my best to provide a commentary that's up to the standard of gameplay that you're about to watch. This, and I love his name by the way, is RNG Shits on Me for Fun. In the British Tier 10 light tank, the Manticore. And RNG here has balls so big that they probably wouldn't fit into this tank with him. I mean, he gets out of this tank, he probably has to carry them around in front of him in a wheelbarrow. Watch this. No fear whatsoever. I mean, it helps that he's in a Manticore because it's tiny, it's got great concealment, and it is very, very fast. And its small size means it can pretty much hide in anything. Look at this. Oh, that shit barn is not having a very good day, is it? But that's not what's most impressive about this incredibly aggressive early spotting position that he's rushed to. Because nobody goes to this spot on the Serene Coast map in the first 2 minutes of the battle. Because it's just bare-ass open ground with just a couple of scrabbly bushes. In fact, nobody, not even the enemy team, crossed this stretch of ground to get anywhere with decent cover. And just look at the minimap. He is 100% surrounded by enemy tanks here. I mean, there is some concealment here, obviously. He's using some of it, but if he'd been in a bigger tank, he wouldn't have been able to hide in this bush. There's the wreck of the train, there's the railway embankment. But there's no actual cover, it's just concealment, and it's not great concealment at that. As evidenced by the fact that not a single tank on the enemy team even tried to cross this open stretch of ground in order to get into actual cover, like the ravine down there, because, well, you often take a hit while doing it. Like the Gorilla 15 down there taking the safe route. The reason why, of course, is this stretch of open ground here is visible within seconds of the start of the battle by tanks on both teams. Unless you're incredibly fast and incredibly sneaky. Don't do it, RNG. Don't. He's not going to do it. Don't worry. He's not that stupid. His survival depends on not being detected. Because he's in the middle of a huge stretch of open ground and surrounded by enemy tanks. So if he fires that gun, no matter how tempting it may be, he's gonna get spotted. Best case scenario, he makes it out of there with some of his health intact. Worst case scenario, he's dead within seconds. Unfortunately, despite some early spotting damage on the ship barn, he's only, I mean, this is an amazing spot. Look at this. Guys, please. Can you help a brother out here? Okay, finally the team is starting to accumulate some more spotting damage. The ship barn's gone down. That's the enemy team's first casualty, and this team have already lost 4 tanks. And until they finally managed to knock the ship barn out, they were 5,000 hit points behind. Oh, they've managed to knock out another tank as well. Actually, it's a very, very useful kill as far as RNG Shits on Me for Fun here is concerned. They've nailed the enemy AMX-13-105. The enemy scout. Right, well, this whole sitting in a bush spotting the entire enemy team thing clearly isn't working. So, shots out and move. Notice how he positioned himself ready for the exit before he went. And he didn't do it until after the ship barn over here had been taken out, so he actually had an escape route. Of course, the team have just lost another tank. Although the difference in hit points between the two teams is narrowed. I mean, the team's doing damage, it's just not killing anything. Enemy team are now 4 kills ahead again. RNG did spot the enemy artillery moving up here, though. The Object 261. And with the Gorilla 15 moved away, hopefully, and he's making maximum use of concealment as he does it, moving from bush to bush. There it is. Is he going to get very, very long reload? Oh, no, no, E100's looking this way. Is he? He's backed up. Yes, he is looking this way. Not worth the risk. Object 261 lives to run away another day. At least for now. Oh, hello. A Centurion there. Rear shots. See, the thing about being right in the middle of the enemy team is if you get an exit, you will often end up right behind the enemy team. And this 105mm gun is very, very good. Can you finish off the object? Yes, you can. Okay. Instantly backs off, and a tank this small doesn't require a huge amount of concealment. You know, just a slight dip in the ground can be enough to hide this thing completely. Because the Manticore, while it shares similar dimensions... Oh, can you get a kill here on the Centurion? Yes, he can. While the Manticore shares similar dimensions to other small light tanks like the AMX-13, it has a much lower profile because it doesn't have that relatively tall oscillating turret. The major difference, of course, between something like the AMX, aside from its taller profile, and the Manticore here is the difference in their playstyles, and that's predicated by the guns that they have. This thing, oof, took a... Oh shit, that was a big hit from the Griller. Half of his health gone. This thing is a hit and run ambusher because it's got a horrible reload on its 105mm gun, which is a fantastic gun in all other respects than the reload. Whereas the AMX has an autoloader, and it just kind of pounces, bang, 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 does a ton of burst damage, and then drives off singing the Marseillaise while he's still reeling from the impact. Right, he's going to have to disengage here, because one more shot will probably kill him. Thankfully, the Gorilla 15 is helping him out by also backing off. He doesn't like being spotted either. Look at this. Moves that tiny little bush there, and the rock, perfect angle, unspotted, as he reacquires the Gorilla 15, so he can check which way to go for a safe exit. That was beautiful. I mean, he didn't even have the whole tank concealed in the bush, because he didn't need to. Just the bit that was sticking out around the rock. And there's the Gorilla. I'm going to get a kill here, because you take one shot in this thing and then you move. By some miracle, the team are now actually ahead on... Well, I spoke too soon, didn't I? Although they are way behind on hit points. The enemy team have double the remaining hit points. They've managed to lose every fight they've gotten into. There's the Gorilla again, still not going to get the kill, and still not hanging around for the follow-up shot because he can't afford to take another hit. He just doesn't have the hit points. And if he gets immobilised, you know, he's not in an armoured car here, you take a hit to the tracks, this thing stops. It doesn't just slow down to 65 kilometers per hour and keep going without taking any damage. You know, he's not playing in easy mode here. Nothing spotted from this bush. The temptation to just sit here and wait for a target to pop up must be overwhelming, but that ain't going to get the battle won. He has to keep moving, he has to keep finding targets. And if the rest of the team could stop dying, that would be lovely as well. Oh. Request denied. There's just him and the S-Tank left. And the S-Tank... Oh, Gorilla 15. Going to get a kill here. And move. Yeah, that S-Tank isn't moving from that spot for anybody. You see where he is on the map there? He's tucked up against the base of the mountains with all those bushes in front of him. And he ain't moving from that spot for love nor money. So it doesn't matter how much spotting RNG does here. He's the only one in a position to actually shoot anything. Now the E100 obviously knows he's spotted. And he's angling. He's angling very, very well, actually. This would be a wasted shot, so he doesn't take it. Oh, hello. There's the Waffenträger. Can he get a shot off? He can. It's not going to be enough to kill it, though. And again, you know, with the E100's gun pointing this way, you don't stick around waiting. You move. He's getting no help whatsoever from the S-Tank. 3 enemies remaining. And they still have double the hit points. So, see what he can do about that E100. Because he is going to have to deal with the E100. The S-Tank is, at the moment, no use to the team alive. E100, of course, still looking at where he was last spotted, gets the one shot off. He's going to have to get around behind him. The E100 sees it coming, does the right thing, tries to back up against the rock, but he's just too fast. Waits for the reload. Unfortunately, the E100 kind of makes that one easy for him. Oh, no. There's a Waffenträger over there, backs it behind the wreck of the E100. Notice what he does here. fakes going in that direction, because enemy tanks will continue to spot you for a couple of seconds after they've died, and then once he's clear he doubles back and heads the other way. And that should keep the Waffenträger and hopefully the Jägeroo guessing. Although he appears to think actually maybe chasing straight towards the Waffenträger isn't a good idea, because both of those two enemy tanks can one-shot him. Let's head back and maybe spot some targets and convince that S-tank to start actually doing something. And there's... oh shit, nearly... Can you imagine if he'd flipped himself there? Well, we'd probably never have known, because he wouldn't have sent it. Oh, and he actually gets shot by the S-tank while spotting and killing the Jägeroo. With teammates like this, who needs enemies? I mean, there's no friendly fire in World of Tanks anymore. But that's kind of not the point. That just leaves the Waffenträger. And he's a two-shot kill. And there are 2 tanks remaining on RNG's team. And it looks like the S-tank has finally left his camping spot at the back of the map at the base of the mountain. This is, of course, a good thing. For a number of reasons. First and foremost, I mean, he's gotten... I'm not going to say lucky, he's been playing to the strengths of the tank this far, but the Waffenträger can one-shot him, and he cannot one-shot the Waffenträger. So if they both go for it, worst case scenario, one of them gets a shot off, because let's face it, a Waffenträger isn't the stealthiest of machines, but then the Waffenträger kills them. The other one will then get the killing shot. Best case scenario, one or both of them get to kill him. Look at this. Look at the size of that bush. As he peeked up over the railway embankment there to spot the enemy cap circle. You can count the number of tanks playing on this map who could use that bush successfully for concealment on the fingers of one hand. But the Manticore can. Spotting around this side as well, just in case. You never know where that Waffenträger is going to be hiding. And it's a turreted tank destroyer as well, so it could be looking in any direction. Realistically, you'd kind of expect it to be at the back of the cap circle here. So, as the S-tank moves up, he does the same. Looking for any threat. Basically, he's using the S-tank as bait. S-tank sits in the cap circle, which forces the Waffenträger to come and defend the cap, or lose. 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the battle remaining. They will have successfully capped in 1 minute and 20 seconds. And that's just with the one tank in the cap circle. Meanwhile, RNG shits on me for fun. I mean, they know that the Waffenträger isn't back the way they came, because that's the way they came. So, the threat, if it appears at all, is going to appear from this side. Going to have a quick look over the railway embankment to see whether or not anything's coming around the other way. It isn't. You can sit in this bush and still spot the 3 available approaches to the cap circle on the other side of the embankment, as well as all of the other approaches to the cap circle on this side of the embankment. 2 minutes of the battle remaining. 36 seconds to go before they've won by capping. If that Waffenträger wants to win this match, they're going to have to do something soon. Any time today. RNG's on he's 1 kill away from a Top Gun here. A lot of people would have gone looking for that Waffenträger and potentially thrown the match in order to chase down that Top Gun award. But this is not an episode of A Game of Throws. RNG knows that he's winning, and he's entirely happy to just take the win rather than chase after some glory and potentially throw the match in order to try to win harder. So it's a shame he didn't get the Top Gun, but with nearly 4,000 damage done, with 3,500 spotting damage, I think it's better to take 5 kills in a win than a Top Gun in a defeat. RNG shits on me for fun, giving us a masterclass in playing the British Tier 10 light tank, the Manticore. Hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.